do capturing races today. Alright, so I've got some problems I prepared beforehand, and I kind of figured the best way to get good with capturing races is just kind of practice. So remember, capturing race is where your group and an opponent's group are kind of locked in this little battle, right? So that one player is going to have to get captured. And so you take away the liberties of your opponent while they take away your liberties. Whoever has more liberties in the end will basically win the capturing race. Now today I kind of want to focus on what happens when you have an eye and your opponent doesn't. So in these problems I want you to focus on that. So we've got black and white here. What I want you to do is pause the video and just kind of think about it. You're playing black. What move would you play to win the capturing race against white? Alright, let's pause the video and think about it. Okay, there's really not that many different things you can do. So first off, these black stones here, it's like what, 6 black stones, have a single liberty at J8. So they are in Atari. So basically the kind of the way I usually think about this is that if your stones are Atari in a problem like this, the first thing you should do is get them out of Atari because you're not going to be able to win the capturing race with just 1 liberty. So if that's the case, then there's only really 2 options here. We either play at J8 or at J9. If we play at J8, we still only have 1 liberty at J9 like this, in which case you get captured. All white will have to do at that point is go like this, and then you're done. So that means the correct answer is to capture at H9, which makes an I. H9 is a real I. The reason it is because black gets extra liberty at J8. Why? Because if white plays at J8, this is Atari, black is an Atari. However, white's an Atari as well. White has 1 liberty at J6, it's black's turn. Black will just take, so it doesn't look like white cannot really play J8 without getting himself captured. So it looks like white can't really do anything. Black has a liberty at H9, black also has a liberty at J8. White, these stones have 2 liberties, but there's nowhere really where to go. If white tries to fill this liberty in, then all black has to do is put white into Atari, and you'll notice that white has lost the capturing race. So once black takes this stone, black has an I. This is a case of I versus no I, in which case I versus no I is when all of your liberties on the outside are covered. If whoever has the I in a capturing race will be the one who wins. So in this case, white cannot approach at J8, so therefore white is captured. So I hope you got that correct answer. Alright, this is also black to play. I want to let you pause the video, you know the drill by now. Think about it, try to visualize things in your head, and then once you're done, unpause the video and we'll go over the answer. Alright, so we've got the group at A, which is here, and the group at B. So black A is it can't make 2 eyes, and the white B cannot make 2 eyes, and they are both sealed off from the outside, so this is definitely a capturing race. So what are we going to do? So normally we count liberties, but we want to try to take away liberties from these white stones. White currently has, let's see how many liberties, 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, right? Alright, so if you just kind of just start taking away liberties, like moves like J9 would be bad because you take away white's liberty, but you also take away one of your own. So here, black had 3 liberties, 1, 2, 3, and then if you play a J9, you only have 2. White captures. Black has 1, white has 3. Pretty clear capturing race. So that's out. So what should we do then? What about this? What happens if we try to save our stone? So there, white will hane. Black will and then here we have a pretty interesting situation. Again, white cannot play at J5. If white plays here, black will take. And then that doesn't do anything for white. So white has to come back at J3 to connect. But the problem, of course, is that black can simply play here. It's very important, of course, that you don't self-Atari. This would be where black puts himself into Atari, and we want to avoid that. So all you have to do in this case is play here. If white tries to block you, the problem is that now white has 2 liberties, black has 3. And black will win the capturing race very, very easily. So try to avoid moves like that. So in this case, if you had played here, which is an interesting move, the problem is that you would have made an I, but then if white plays here, then it's kind of difficult to know what to do at this point. Because once black plays here, and then white plays here, and then black only has 1 liberty left, so this would result in black being captured. So the answer to the problem is to play here, in which case you will be able to capture white fairly easily. All right, let's do another one. Okay, you know the drill. You're black. Pause the video and remember, try not to look ahead. Try to actually try to solve in your brain. That works out your visualization muscles pretty well. All right, so we've got the 4 black stones out here at A, and they are in Atari. They have 1 liberty left at H9. So that means that we need to help them. This is pretty similar to the first problem. If you play here, you're going to get captured. So that's not a good idea. And nothing on the outside makes any sense because we're trying to save these 4 stones and capture these white stones. So the answer is simply just to play capture a J9 and it makes an I. And again, it's the same idea. H9 is not a spot that white can play without putting himself into Atari. So that's self-Atari, so that means white cannot really come here. And white cannot escape either. There's no way out. So in which case, once black plays here, black has captured these 3 white stones and these 6 white stones towards the right side, because white cannot take away black's liberties without putting himself into Atari. If you saw that, you did a great job. All right, last one for today. This one's a little trickier. You are black. Figure out how to win the capturing race. So you've got the group at A versus the group at B. Black goes first. How do you win the capturing race? I'll let you pause the video and let you think about it. Okay, so let's try a couple things. So we need to lower the liberties of these white stones, but we don't want to lower our liberties for these 3 stones. So if you play something like this, well, white has 2 liberties, black has 1. That's not going to work. And we don't want to put ourselves into Atari, so that's not going to work. Sometimes process of elimination, if you really can't figure something out, process of elimination really works. So we know that E7 and E9 are both moves that are not going to work. We also can't capture these 3 stones because white will just simply capture our stone like this, so there's nothing we can do. So that pretty much leaves us with this, the Hane. And this is kind of following exactly the same thing as the previous theme as the previous 3 problems, in that white can't play at E9 because that puts him into Atari, and self-Atari means he gets captured. So once black plays at D9, the black group has captured the white inner stones and has won the capturing race because white cannot play here because of a shortage of liberties. So you got to watch out for these things in your game. It's a pretty big deal, especially in double-digit Q games. It's because if your opponent misses things like this, you can capture a lot of stones, and that will pretty much swing the game towards your favor. Alright, that is all for capturing races today. We'll definitely do more exercises as we go along, but try to look out for these in your game as best you can. I'll see you guys next time.